by Arsenal. Until then, everything was according to plan, according to Guardiola's plan. But after that,
worth its salt. You can't be complacent at this level. Barcelona found they didn't get the second goal to kill them. Hasn't been a great week for them, so it's going to be interesting tonight to see. I'm sure they'll do a pretty good job there as well.
Here's Messi to Dani Alves. Athletes, young and courageous. Notice they're going through a good spell, but they're under pressure here, and Barcelona make no bones about it. Straight to the point, David Villa. I think they learned a lesson this week in London, and Athletic Bilbao may well pay for that lesson learned tonight.
We wonder how Barcelona will bounce back. It would be interesting to see their response. Dani Alves there beats the offside trap. Koikini is the last defender, just plays him on. He's a yard deeper than the rest of his defensive teammates. Dani Alves is a great first touch. He tries to put it into the path of Lionel Messi. He's just behind Messi. Again, a wonderful pass from Xavi. Great touch from Dani Alves. And a clinical finish from David Villa, his third goal in the week. Barcelona off to a superb start.
Flick Iniesta to Messi. Panicked defending from Athletic Bilbao. Now Alves. Waits for the movement. Messi, congested in there, but the precise passing is unbelievable.
Winning the ball back quickly, nearly creating a second chance there for Barcelona. Again, there they're trying to win the ball back quickly in the midfield area. Javi Martinez.
Well, didn't you? You were telling me before the game that you felt that the left full-back, Koikili, was a bit of a liability, and he was caught out of position there.
Yep, in midweek he lost a tackle where he should have done. It's difficult, Rob. You know, you're playing a wonderful team, it's wonderful players, and when Xavi's got that time on the ball, it's the decision the defender has to make in a split second.
Here's Xavi. Dani Alves bombs down this right-hand side again. With the talented young midfield player who surprisingly hasn't started the game tonight. In fact, he's never started a game.
Wonderful football, but still only 18 years of age, and I'm sure he'll play many of these fixtures and could still play an important part in this game this evening.
Gabilondo. Maybe Caparros is great. It's a great tackle by PK to Busquets.
I guess a two-game is a drought, isn't it, for Lionel Messi? 2 games without a goal.
Alves. Alves doesn't seem to be playing as a fullback. Abidal almost seems to be playing as a third centre half. I'll let you translate that, Terry. Cushion for Dani Alves. Alves flips it to the far post. Picked up by David Villa. That is the key, though, isn't it? They're given licence to entertain when you see the right-back flicking it there. Okay.
My guess is it's something that Guardiola has done purely because of the setup that Athletic Bilbao
kept in by Arola. Now Llorente takes residence in the centre. Alves had checked his run all of the way. Good defending by Barcelona. A true spirit from Athletic Bilbao.
Yep, well, if Caparros is going to be brave and gamble and allow one of the players, particularly Susueta, to stay upfield, wide on the right, try and make the most of that space that's left by Abidal when he tucks in alongside PK. If they could just gamble a little bit, Athletic Bilbao, they could really prop it from that, keep playing on the front foot, keep attacking. There's an awful lot of work the defenders have to do.
Alves. Lionel Messi. David Villa is obsessed with back-flicking the ball tonight. Alves. Messi was control of the game. Does Xavi make to Iniesta? Villa. Was that intended for Dani Alves? I'll be the judge in a second. Alves' flip over the top. Overhead kick to David Villa. Back flick into the penalty on top of the situation to say no way. The free kick for Barcelona did the treble a couple of years back against Athletic Bilbao, of course. Pinto. Alves. Now Xavi.
It's his third game this season against Athletic Bilbao. Robbie played in the 2 Cup.
Iniesta. Alves has timed his run just fractionally late. Are you sure, he says to the referee's assistant on this near side. Si, senor.
If anyone, it's Iraola who's the closest player. Gabilondo, look, the left side of midfield player, dropped into left-back position.
Adventurous, so he plays it safe. Now Messi. Alves.
Pockets of space in between the lines of the defence and the deep line midfield players as well. I guess he just wants to be involved in the game, get touches of the ball, don't be too long, have too many long periods of the game without receiving a pass from a teammate. Dani Alves has got it right on one occasion. This is the second time he's got it wrong.
There is Alves.
Here, of course, he's booked now. Gonna have to be careful with the second challenge he makes, whichever Barcelona player it's going to be on.
Now Gabilondo. Bullied off the ball by Dani Alves. Alves with the flick. Bend, if they feel it's going to massively improve the team. 34 million euros was the series on the first play now. Come August, Alves. Now, knocked away by Martinez. Messi. Alves. I know sometimes on the training ground the coach will say you can't pass the ball until you've tried a trick. That's normally on the training ground, not on the Camp Nou.
And I could be critical, Rob, of Athletic Bilbao and said they're sitting far too deep.
Dani Alves skips past Gabilondo, fires it to the far post, helped on by Iraola, only as far. There's Koikini. Alves had a retribution now.
It's a foolish challenge from Alves, because what this does, and this is a great opportunity for them to finally get the ball into the box. Like Mora, Bieta, Akisa, Gapegi, having Martinez, Tadraspi, Llorente. Take your pick. Firmly, isn't it? It's good power behind the effort. Save, which is always looks a bit of a character. I thought it was a referee's whistle and he got a yellow card for that one. So as I said, he is a bit of a character and looks like he might get a...
Paros will feel if they can keep it tight till half-time, keep it tight until the final. David Villa in particular looking for his second. Weaving inside, refusing to give up the chase. Comes to Alves! Brazilian well wide.
To the feet of David Villa, gets tangled up, good defensive work from Akita.
Upfield, always looking for the pass. Xavi. Alves. Alves sees space to run into, darts at the defenders, drops the shoulder. Little layoff. Oh, it wasn't that far over, hardly any backlift at all there.
Good work from Alves, commits defenders at the right time, lays the ball off to David Villa. He just doesn't wrap his foot enough.
Mascherano. Alves. Tries to go through the legs.
Backing back and helping out Kouakili.
Alves. Mascherano. Iniesta. Alves again. Mascherano. Alves.
To Athletic Bilbao, didn't go down after conceding the early goal. Kept their shape, kept their discipline. So he's that type of coach. Definitely by bringing on Toquero for replacement for midfield.
Here's Xavi. Stationed on the right touchline as he has been all night. Here's Dani Alves.
Busquets has to play in a more normal central defensive role. Abidal has to revert back.
Messi to Xavi.
Going to have to regroup, Rob. It's been an awful start for the second half.
A dreadful mistake.
Should never be complacent. Now get behind the team, aren't they? At the moment, Busquets is struggling. PK not in great form at the moment.
The fans raise the volume, trying to get behind the team. Another loose is making Barcelona think, stretching the defence. Alves continues to attack well. Pedro's coming in from this near wing. There is Pedro. He gets the header on the ball. And Navarrete takes the sensible option.
Alves' way, wasn't it, for the goal for Barcelona?
1-1. Barcelona have a game on their hands.
Exactly you expect from the Athletic Bilbao midfield players. He's rolling the team.
Alves to Iniesta. Cushioned by Alves. Midfield would like it. Alves plays it to Messi. Lionel Messi! Can't buy goal. Pedro. Space for Alves. Slightly overhit, but recovered. The referee thought that had been a fair foul. Oh, that was a fair tackle, yes. Iniesta to Alves. Alves flips it in.
Hard. Chase the channels. It invite Athletic Bilbao, his teammates, to just play the game. Almost giving Athletic another chance on goal.
Alves into the area. His footing just gives way. Mascherano has been withdrawn as an impact player. Great ball from Iniesta. Back to Lionel Messi. Xavi. Alves. Runners. Smart pass to Busquets. Busquets to Alves. Pedro's switched wings. Barcelona. The last time Barcelona went 2 games without a win in La Liga was February 2009. Last week against Gijon. Being held tonight by Athletic Bilbao. They're safer now. They continue to chip away at them.
They're certainly giving it their all.
Iniesta. Alves tries to shake off Muniain and then a rush. Trying to draw Athletic Bilbao out of their defensive shell. Each player strategically placed as there's a shot. Another one of those players. Xavi readjusts, feeds Alves. There's some hungry players waiting for the right cross. One of those is Messi. He lets. It's a different way of handling Barcelona to Arsenal's approach, but equally effective at the moment. Ball is in there, Messi! You can't keep the great man down. There is chipping away at their self-belief until that moment.
Giant legs amongst the Athletic Bilbao players who've given their all. There's space there behind Koikili. Dani Alves, so often the provider for goals. His second assist of the evening. It's exactly what he needs to do. He can't just shove the ball. No mistakes, a cute little finish with his right foot. It's exactly the same as the first goal. Xavi, Alves.
Xavi. Alves. And Messi found himself in an onside position. The goalkeeper has to come a long way. Tries to take Lionel Messi down. Now the goal is unguarded. What can Messi do? Feeds it in, looking for Alves with a...
Chasing the ball. You see Messi.
Alves.
Nothing in fairness, Rob, since Guardiola urged them to get behind the team. They've tried, they've stayed with them. Behind his team. Get behind their team.
Busquets, great ball. Alves checks onside. Does he go solo? Alves tries to play it into Lionel Messi.
Be impressed all over world football. He's come up with a goal, his runs, his performance in the...
Part of the front three. Yep.
David Villa, there was a slight concern about his fitness prior to this game.
Alves cuts it inside. Lionel Messi controls. Barcelona only once. Barcelona machine cranked into overdrive once more. Lionel Messi, double deflection. You feel you should have had a penalty. Later. Xavi. Dani Alves. Second half, but PK has the last lap, playing his way out of trouble nicely. Alves wins the free kick by some very valuable time.
Dani Alves being persistent there.
Now, Bilbao committed players forward. Can Barcelona make the most of that? It's Dani Alves looking for Lionel Messi. In the end, it came down to Messi's winner and a 2-1 success.